Young Leo lived in a bustling city where towering buildings scraped the clouds, yet he often felt a curious emptiness inside. His world was concrete and steel, filled with the constant rumble of traffic and hurried footsteps echoing on sidewalks. He yearned for something vast, something open, something like the endless blue sky he glimpsed in fragments between rooftops one gray afternoon after a sudden spring shower. Leo wandered down a forgotten alley behind the bakery, drawn by a peculiar, quiet shimmer reflecting on the damp brick walls. There, nestled in a worn cobblestone dip, lay a puddle, but this was no ordinary puddle. It held the entire sky within its small, trembling boundaries, a perfect, inverted world of drifting clouds and impossible blue depth. Leo knelt, his breath catching. He saw not just the reflection, but felt the expanse. A solitary white cloud drifted lazily across the puddle's miniature heavens, chased by the faint silhouette of a distant bird. The grime of the alley, the smell of stale bread, the city's incessant noise, it all faded into the background as he gazed into that liquid sky. He tentatively reached out a finger, breaking the surface. Tension ripples spread, distorting the clouds, but they slowly reformed, serene and undisturbed. A profound sense of peace, unlike anything he'd known in the crowded streets, washed over him, filling that quiet ache within his chest with gentle light. From that day on, Leo visited the puddle daily, rain or shine. He found a way to the alley, needing that connection to the infinite. He'd share his secrets with the reflected clouds, his worries about school, his dreams of distant mountains and oceans he'd only seen in books, his small joys. The sky puddle listened without judgment, its boundless blue offering silent comfort on days when the city felt suffocatingly loud. He'd simply sit beside it, letting the stillness seep into his bones, watching the slow dance of clouds in its small, perfect world. It became his sanctuary, a pocket of tranquility in the urban chaos. As summer deepened, the days grew relentlessly hot and dry. Week after week passed without rain. Leo watched with growing dread as his precious puddle began to shrink. The perfect circle of sky grew smaller, its edges receding, leaving a ring of drying mud. The deep blue faded to a pale, thin wash. He tried bringing water in a small cup, pouring it carefully into the depression, but the thirsty earth drank it instantly, leaving only a darker stain. He shielded it with his body, but the sun was too strong. His miniature sky was vanishing before his eyes, and with it, the profound sense of peace it offered. One scorching afternoon, Leo arrived to find only cracked, gray earth where his sky puddle had been. The cobblestones were hot under his knees. He touched the parched ground where the water had been, feeling the rough dust. A wave of profound sadness washed over him, heavier than any he'd felt before. It wasn't just water that was gone. It felt like a piece of his heart, his connection to something vast and beautiful, had dried up and blown away. He sat there for a long time, the emptiness inside returning, magnified by the stark absence of that small, miraculous window to the heavens. Leo avoided the alley for days, the memory of the cracked earth too painful. Then, one evening, the sky darkened dramatically. Thunder rumbled, a deep, promising sound that vibrated through the city streets. Fat, warm raindrops began to fall, splattering on the pavement, washing away the grime of summer. The scent of wet concrete and earth filled the air. Something pulled Leo back to the alley, his heart pounding with a fragile hope. He ran, dodging puddles already forming, his shoes splashing through rivulets. He turned the corner, breathless, and there it was in the familiar dip. Water was gathering, drop by drop. It wasn't a full yet, just a shallow pool reflecting the turbulent, rain-heavy clouds above. But it was alive. It was returning. He watched, mesmerized, as the puddle deepened. The reflection grew clearer, capturing the drama of the storm clouds breaking apart, revealing patches of luminous twilight blue. As the rain eased, a single star appeared in the darkening real sky. And moments later, Its twin sparkled in the center of the reborn Puddle. Leo understood then the vastness wasn't trapped in the water. The puddle was merely a mirror. The true sky was always above, immense and eternal, even when hidden by buildings or clouds. The peace he'd found wasn't contained in that small depression. It was the connection it offered, the reminder to look up, to find the infinite within the finite. The real treasure was his own ability to see it, to feel it, to carry that sense of wonder within him. Wherever he went, years flowed by. Leo grew taller, his world expanding beyond the city streets. He traveled, saw real mountains touch real skies, witnessed oceans stretch to horizons, yet he never forgot the lesson of the alley puddle. He carried that inner sky with him, the calm blue depth, the resilience after drought, the understanding that vast beauty exists even in the smallest, most unexpected places. If you know how to look. He became an architect, designing buildings with open courtyards, skylights, and rooftop gardens, always striving to frame the sky, to bring that sense of boundless peace into everyday lives. He learned to find reflections of the infinite in dew on a spiderweb, in a child's wide eyes, in the quiet moments between breaths. The puddle had been his first teacher, showing him that the greatest wonders aren't always the largest, but often the quietest mirrors reflecting the universe within and around us, waiting patiently to be seen. And every time he looked up, he remembered